live, as I just noticed that my tripod is kind of screwed up, so I'm going to adjust that real quick. Okay, that's better. Hello, everybody that is watching. Welcome to a live stream. Um, yeah, it's Sunday night. I hope everyone is doing fantastic out there. Just let me know if I sound okay. Um, and I guess I will just jump right in. Yeah, I think it's like finally the weather is kind of breaking, at least in Ohio it seems, and so it's kind of actually becoming a little warmer. Um, and so I am very excited because spring is right around the corner, which just means more time outside and yeah, summer is right almost here, which I'm very excited about. But tonight I just wanted to talk a little bit of movies. I hope you guys all enjoy this, and I certainly enjoy doing these live streams, so I'll continue to do that. But starting things off, let's see here. Let me know if it sounds okay. Whoever's first in the comments. Um, Starting things off, I was just going to briefly talk about what I watched over this last week. I will say that this last week I've not watched nearly as much as I used to, or I usually do. I only have, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six things that I've been watching recently. Um, and yeah, one of them, it kind of makes sense 'cause it's a TV season, and so I've been really powering through this one particular show. Um, but yeah, I guess I will just start talking about the things I watched. Feel free if you are in the watching this. Feel free to make comments, ask questions, start conversations. It's always welcomed. So yeah, I'm very excited just to chat with you guys. So starting things off on this week, if you are brand new to this chat or this live stream or channel, I guess, welcome. Every Sunday evening, I would say 99% of the time, I do live streams. It's very rare that I will cancel or not do one, but usually around 7 p.m. At least that's for Eastern Standard Time, because I know I have some viewers from overseas. But yeah, I wanted to jump on here and talk. So if you like live streams, if you like movies, if you like talking about movies, welcome. This is definitely a great place to do so. Um, and yeah, I also will be posting videos usually on Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, just kind of depending. But yeah, so this is kind of like the format, I guess, of my channel. So if you are new to this channel or not aware of what I've been doing, one of my goals this year was to watch 365 films this year. And so I've been keeping track in this notebook of everything that I've been watching. And I actually, just last night, I broke 90. So I am almost a third of the way, there, which is kind of wild already. So I've watched 90 things this year, which is a lot of fun. But hello, welcome. But um, yeah, so I'm just going to kind of run through everything that I've watched. So starting on the 28th, so this was last Monday, maybe Monday. I'm not sure. Maybe Sunday. But I watched the film Thelma and Louise for the first time, and this is directed by Ridley Scott. Very good. This is actually in the Criterion collection, and I only have the DVD, so someday I'll get the 4K. But a very very good movie. Kind of a tragic ending, and yeah, I really liked it. I feel like this is one that I've been putting off watching, and I'm just happy that I actually got around to watching. But just the directing was very like it's just well put together, and yeah, I mean it's a little long. It's 2 hours 9 minutes, but I feel like you don't really feel that 2 hours 9 minutes. I feel like it goes by pretty quickly, and you just kind of feel bad for both of these characters, really. Um, but it's I would highly recommend checking this out. But what is your favorite 1930s horror movie? Mine is Dracula, 1931. I would say Frankenstein is probably my all-time favorite 30s horror film. I absolutely love the story of Frankenstein. And what year was that? That was um, let's see, Frankenstein was 1931. Yeah, so same as Dracula. But yeah, overall, I really just like like Frankenstein. I feel like it's just a fun story. Um, but yeah, so then next up on the 29th of February, I watched for the first time. I should add, see, Hey from Greece. Hello, Freaks for me. Ah, yes, Freaks is also a fantastic horror film. I need to get the Criterion version of Freaks, but yeah, I feel like that's a great answer as well. So me and my wife, we started going to this library, which is kind of it's not necessarily close by, but it is a decent. It's like a half hour away or so. And so we started going to this library, and so every now and then when I am there, I usually just kind of check out to see what movies that they have. Sometimes I come across things that I've been wanting to see, but I just have never gotten the opportunity to buy. Or stuff that I'm not sure if I want to buy it or not, and so I will just check it out at the library and watch it. I feel like the library is low-key an underrated resource that more people should use. It's fantastic. And so I checked out the film because this is a movie that I have not seen. This is from 1996, so literally the year I'm born. So this is 27 years old, which is fun. But checked out the film The Craft, and so this was the first time I actually checked out or watched this movie. It's one that's been on my radar that I just have never gotten around to, and it's a really fun like witchcraft movie about these girls who are all witches, and it's just kind of I don't know, it's fun. It has some great special effects, and I just overall really liked it. I'll definitely be adding this to my to purchase list at some point. And so I really I just feel like it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen The Craft, I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you like witchcraft movie types of things, where like some of the characters like witches and stuff. But the next thing I watched, which this was on the 29th as well, I started this series. And this is actually based off of a Stephen King book, which I have the book here. I read the book a while back, and I knew that the show existed, but I've just never gotten around to watching it. But the book is Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. And of course, the show is also titled Mr. Mercedes. And so this is one that it wasn't streaming on like anywhere, and I have yet to come across it on disc in person for sale. And so I checked to see if the library had it. They had all 3 seasons, so I checked out the first season to check it out. And I am thoroughly enjoying this. It's very good, very well done. It feels very close to the book, so far at least. There's 2 more seasons after this that I've not seen, but it feels very like what's the right word? It's just very good. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm actually I'm like I've been watching a lot of this last week, and so I watched on the 29th. I watched episodes 1 and 2, and then on the first episodes 3 and 4, and last night on the third I watched episodes 5 and 6. And so there's 10 episodes per season, and so I'm pretty much almost done with this, and so I'll be finishing up this season fairly quickly, but I'm really enjoying it. I feel like it's actually really good. But do you own any anime on VHS? Yes, I have Perfect Blue. That's the only anime tape that I have on VHS, which it's fun. It's actually the first time I ever saw the movie was on VHS, and so maybe I would like to get that on Blu-ray, but I currently do not have it on Blu-ray. So I think I want to say that's the only anime I have on VHS. I'm fairly sure, but let's see, what genre is Mr. Mercedes? It's like a horror crime drama kind of. I would say it's probably closer to like a crime drama. There's definitely horror elements, especially the opening scene. Um, that opening scene in the show, I would probably give warning to people if you are not familiar. Maybe do some research on it before you watch it, because it's pretty brutal. And it doesn't really hold back. This is a let's see who put out the show. Sony put this out. I don't know where this streamed originally, but it is not. I believe it's TVMA, so they don't hold back too much. And if you know anything about Stephen King, it definitely feels like a Stephen King opening. And so It's brutal. It doesn't hold back, like I said, and it's a I don't know. I would say out of all of it so far, that's the most horrific scene. But the rest of it feels kind of like a cat and mouse type of crime drama with horror elements sprinkled in. But I know at least like there are going to be more horror elements if they continue to go by the book. There's going to be more horror elements as the story progresses in later seasons. So hopefully that helps. Um, but I would definitely look up the synopsis on IMDb or something like that before um, if you want to dive into it. But hello, Brian. Welcome. Let's see. There's like a crackling sound by the way. It's not too distracting though. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's me. I don't have any sounds going on here. Does everybody else hear that? The crackling sound? Is that on my end? Um, I don't know if that's me or not, but um, let's see. If my wife is watching this, if she can grab my AirPods, that would be fantastic. They are upstairs on my desk. Um, and so yeah, okay. Only when you touch the phone. Okay. Um, gotcha. I will be fixing that shortly then. Um, are you excited about Killers of the Flower? Or let's see, Sorry, not Killers of the Flower Moon. Killer Clowns getting a 4K release. Yes, that actually sounds interesting. I didn't know it was getting a 4K release. Yeah, I've seen that movie once. I think I have it on. I think on DVD or Blu-ray. I don't remember. Let me put these in quickly. See if that helps. If it'll connect, maybe. Um, translate well on screen. Um, but yes, I don't know if my AirPod connected to my phone or not. So let's just do one of these. Sorry, I need to update this whole system that I have going. I apologize, people. Um, yes. Okay, does that sound better to people? Um, let me know in the comments if that sounds better. I don't think it connected or not. Um, but um, yeah, as far as I know with yep, it's gone now. Okay, cool. Okay, so as far as with Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I only have it on Blu-ray. Yeah, I'm 99% sure I have it on Blu-ray. I've seen the movie once and I I really liked it. I thought it was like a fun type of like horror, like comedy type of thing. Um and I feel like it would look good on 4K. I feel like the practical effects would look fantastic, but I yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of the film, so it's not like a must have for me, but I feel like that would be kind of interesting to check out. But oops, I dropped okay, there we go. Okay, we're back on track. Sorry about that, guys. I do apologize. So one thing I do wanna change about my whole live streams, and I just didn't get time to test that out today. I want to actually start using a computer with a webcam instead of my phone, and like a microphone on me instead. I feel like that would maybe just improve the quality of the live streams and just might make it easier. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe that setup will work better. The thing that when I use a phone in here, I feel like it's less permanent because in the movie room there's like not room to like set up a desk and everything. I mean, I guess I could set up a desk, but then a desk would be sitting in the middle of my movie, like in the middle of my movie room the whole time. But um, yeah. Anyways, enough of that. But on the first of this month, I also watched the film
Nope. So this was the first time I actually watched this movie. I kept putting off watching it. I just feel like I wasn't. Let's see. Do you follow American Horror Story? I'll get to that in a second. But I kept putting off watching this. I feel like I missed it in the theaters, and then I just never got around to buying a disc of it. Um, Overall, I would say this was like a mediocre film to me. Some people really, really like this movie, and that's okay. Um, I just feel like it was missing like the punch that it needed. Um, I feel like it didn't have like I wanted more of like when everybody I don't want to spoil things, although it's been out for a couple years now. Um there was one sequence in the film that I wanted a lot more of and that I feel like it didn't like we didn't get. Um and I feel like there was a lot of pieces of this film that it felt like I was missing like full sequences of things that were happening on screen. And there was some stuff with like a monkey that I just felt like it was like a little disconnected from the rest of the story. And there were I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but there was somebody on a motorcycle that I thought was going to be playing a much more important role within the film that they didn't at all. Um, and I don't know. I just feel like it was just missing like a little bit more of a punch that I really wanted within the film. Um, and holy crap, I love Nope. Yes, I. The thing is, like, I didn't hate it. I just felt like it was just like a little bit of a letdown for me. Halfway through the movie, I was all for it. I just feel like the ending was just it was underwhelming for me. And I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Maybe I'll like it more on a second viewing. But um, yeah, overall, I thought it was okay. Um, but as far as American Horror Story, I have not kept up on that show at all. I own seasons 1 through 8, I believe. I've only seen the first season, but I remember liking it. And I don't know. I really need to get back into it and actually finish the series. Um, but yeah. And then, are you planning on watching Dune 2? Eventually, yes. I would like to actually go to the theater and check that out. I know it came out last Thursday, and it's all over my feed of people who are actually went to go see it. But I liked Dune 1. Um, but I mean, it's kind of wild that this is the let me think the fourth time. This is the fourth attempt of adapting this story, which there's a famous Alejandro Jodorowsky's version that's never, took off. That just seemed like I think he was going to be like a 9-hour epic. Then there's the famous David Lynch version that is notoriously bad that he disowned. And then of course, there's like a mini series TV thing that happened that like nobody saw. Um, and so this is technically the fourth time it's been done, which is kind of wild. I really liked the first Dune, and so I just need to actually, get out to the theater, hopefully this week, to check out part two. But all my friends, they all said they really liked it. But um, so then on the first as well, I watched episodes 3 and 4 of Mr. Mercedes, and so on the second, I watched the film Blair Witch. So this is another one that I missed in the theaters, and I just have yet to come across a copy of it um, in person that's for sale. Honestly, I was expecting a lot less of this movie, but I felt like it was slightly better than I was anticipating. Still not like a masterpiece by any means, but um, I don't know. I feel like it was pretty good. Some of the characters just kind of kept making some dumb decisions. But overall, I would say I liked it. I feel like there was like some elements of it that I actually really liked. I thought it was more like kind of creative. Um, and yeah, I don't know if it's the found footage thing that's just been like overdone to this point, but yeah, I mean, I feel like it was interesting. It kinda, like it kept things interesting, unlike a lot of other found footage movies or, like, I guess it's like a soft remake, but, yeah, overall, I would say I liked it. Um, and then on the 3rd, which I believe was yesterday? Or is today the 3rd? Today is the 3rd. So this would have been early, early hours, so this would have been maybe midnight or 1 AM, that I watched the film Babylon. So this was the first time I actually watched this movie. Um, this is directed by the same guy who's done Whiplash, First Man, and La La Land. Um, and apparently, this film was a big flop in the theater. I loved this movie. The only complaint that I would have with this would be the very ending of the film. I felt like it needed, I can see what he was like trying to do, where there was like a little like montage of like all these clips from all these different movies. But the only thing was like there was a lot of like color on the screen, and I don't know if he was just trying to, you know, make it just like, I don't know if he was trying to be like an artsy thing, but I feel like he should have continued the montage of clips like much longer at the very end. But overall, I really liked Babylon. I understand why, maybe it was a flop in theaters. I feel like there was a um I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I really liked it, and I would love to watch it again. I would love to actually watch it on 4K because this is obviously just a DVD, but um, someday I'll get that on 4K. But yeah, that's everything that I watched. Oh, and then I guess I finished out which was on last night as well, which was episodes uh 5 and 6 of Mr. Mercedes. So um, but let's see. I'm with you. I like Babylon too. Yes. I want to like rewatch it. I feel like it was just one of those films that there's a lot of moving pieces, and I kind of like that about it. Um, but yeah, I feel like I understand why people might have not liked it in the theater. I mean, it is 3 hours long. I mean, it's over 3 hours long, if I'm not mistaken. It's 188 minutes long, so it is definitely a commitment to watch. Um, and it has a lot to do with, when movies were becoming from silent to sound. And so I feel like, in a way, I feel like that would pair well with like singing in the rain, which I know they reference that in the movie, um, because singing in the rain also deals with the same thing where actors had to learn to adapt from silent to sound film, and so it must have been a wild time to be working in the industry of just learning all of that. So um, I would love to actually. It would be nice to sit down and do a double feature of Babylon and Singing in the Rain. I feel like that'd be fun. But yeah. So, what are some of the things that you guys are watching currently or wanting to watch? You should do a video on movies you watched last year and your opinions. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm assuming like films that came out last year. Um, Yeah, I wanted to get out to the theater more. One of my goals kind of this year is to like just actually get out to the theater to watch more movies. Um and so yeah, I don't know. I feel like the dilemma that I always run into is just that I have so many movies here like that you see behind me and stuff. Um and I always feel like I'm so far behind on watching all this stuff that I actually already, I've paid money for already. Um and I just feel like I need to get caught up and watch all this stuff, and then I can go to the theaters and watch whatever. But obviously, there's things constantly coming out, and so I just feel like I'm constantly behind on watching things. Um, but yeah, I don't know if this particular viewer of mine is watching, um, but I just wanted to say thank you to the viewer and the subscriber and the follower on Instagram who sent me a Criterion gift card. You know who you are. If you were that person, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. It means a lot that you thought of me. So, but yeah, so thank you. Um, but been a Tarkovsky weekend for me. Rewatched Mir, Solaris, and Stalker in my top 10 directors for sure. Yes, I think the only Tarkovsky films I have not seen, um, see, I've seen all of those, and um, I've seen. Let me think. Trying to think. I haven't seen Ivan's Childhood. That's one I have not seen. Um, that I need to get around to. And I know Kino Lober just announced there were like two um or there's what was it? Nostalgia? I think that's what it's called. They just announced that on 4K. I have not seen that one. And The Sacrifice is another one I've not seen. But I've seen pretty much all of his other films, which I really need to go back and rewatch. Um, that would probably be in my top like five wanted Criterion box sets. I think if they did a Tarkovsky box set, that would probably be a pre-order for me. Um, I mean, they've done Kurosawa, they've done Pasolini, they've done Wong Kar-wai, sorry, Ingmar Bergman, and Fellini, and yeah, I feel like, and maybe a David Lynch box set too. That'd be really cool. Um, but are you excited for any movies that are coming this year? I mean, I'm excited for Dune 2. I've been excited for that one for a while, so I really need to just get out and watch it. As far as other films that are coming out this year, I have not really kept up on things that are being released. Um, and so I need to, I don't know, I need to actually look what's coming out this year. Because like I said, I have so much things behind me that I need to watch. Um, and yeah, but let's see. But yes, I am excited for a few things like Dune 2, that already came out. But love all of those films. I have all of them. Yes, I want to get the nostalgia. I think it's called Nostalgia. Tarkovsky 4K that came out by Kino Lober. That's on my wish list. I find myself watching so many films on YouTube. Watched Sophia's um, let's see, Italian films, let's see, which were quite good. Um, okay, yeah, I haven't heard of that one. Um, let's see, I'm assuming good evening, Kyle and online fam via NYC. Did I miss or what did I miss? Thank you or let's see, I love my Criterion collection as well. Welcome from New York. That's fun. I've been to New York City one time, and it was a great time. I really actually had fun there. I would love to actually visit again. I was on a school trip, and so I feel like there were certain things that that I didn't get to do. I feel like we sprinted through Times Square, and it was just like we just constantly had to get to the next thing. Um, and so, same thing with Washington D.C. I was on a school trip for that, and we just sprinted through all the museums. And I would love to go back and actually, check some of that stuff out because I feel like it's worthwhile checking out. But yeah, when I was in New York, I was shocked at how, first off, how clean the city was. At least where I was, it felt very clean, and it just everyone there was super friendly. They talked it up in the like before the trip. They're like, make sure you have your wallets hidden and all this stuff. And they're almost like borderline scaring us as, high schoolers. Um, but obviously there's a sense of being smart there. But yeah, I just feel like when I was there, everyone that I encountered was just super nice and chill, and it was a great time. I like accomplished one of my goals where eating a New York hot dog and drinking a Starbucks coffee while wearing a suit, which as a high schooler was like the coolest thing ever. Um, and let's see. Um, yes, his later films are amazing too. Sacrifice and Nostalgia. Every movie he made was a masterpiece. Yes, I've heard people compare Tarkovsky to a um, what is he Russian? What where is he from? I want to say it's Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Oh come on, if I can find one. Um, yes, Russian. Okay, so um yes, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's from Russia, or Tarkovsky is, and I've heard him compared to like a Russian Stanley Kubrick, and so I would probably agree with that. I feel like he has a very like, I mean, both directors are very I don't know, they took their time with their films, and so I really would like to watch. I need to rewatch some of his films because I just feel like um, I don't know. I feel like I need to be it's definitely like a they're like in the you have to be in the right mood, I feel like, because they are all, in Russian, and so I don't speak Russian, so you have to read subtitles, but and they're long, drawn out shots and stuff, which is beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful films, but it's definitely not like a casual just have in the background type of films. Because I just feel like I don't know. I really liked all of the films of Tarkovsky though that I watched, so maybe I'll have to do like a Tarkovsky marathon or maybe a Tarkovsky video or something like that. But wow, I'm behind in the comments. Funny, I'm doing my inventory as we view. Fun. Um, see, in the Criterion sale, I just bought Sophia Loren film, a special day, amazing movie. Um, yeah, I need to watch more of her films. Um, NYC in the house. Wow, Kyle, we should have a channel meetup. Yes, if I'm ever back in New York City, I will message you. Or I'll say on these live streams that I'll be in New York if anybody wants to meet up. So maybe sometime I'll make a trip out there, but we are friendly. How are your movie goals for 2024 going so far? I would say overall, like my biggest goal was to watch 365 films and up to film 90. So I feel like I'm ahead of schedule. And I would say overall, I feel like I'm watching a lot of things. I'm watching a lot of my director section that I have. I'm watching a decent amount of Criterion, probably not as much as I would like to be watching. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I would say overall they're due. My goals are good. I've only watched one VHS though this year, and so I would like to be watching more VHS tapes slash laser discs. Um, and so it's really just watching more films this year than normal, what I normally watch. So it is helpful that I am in my slower season with work, and so I'm able to watch more. And so I just know when my busy season hits that I'm going to be, you know, probably not able to watch as much. But overall, I'd say I am right about with my, right where I kind of want to be with my goals. But I should revisit them in a couple weeks just to make sure. But um, yeah, we are very friendly. Thanks, Kyle. Russian, my favorite director, Hiroshima 10. Wow. My second favorite. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. I apologize. Um, what other? It's like my second favorite. I'm assuming director Teshiguro. Wow, I feel like I'm going to butcher that. I feel like the way I'm thinking. Not going to even attempt. But I need to look at that director as well. In fact, I'm just going to kind of do one of those and see if I can find that director later. Um, Okay, Women in the Dunes is one of the best films. Let's see. I don't think I've seen Women in the Dunes. Do I own it? I know it's in the Criterion collection. I don't think I own it. I'm like fairly sure I have yeah, I don't think I own it. But I know what movie you're talking about. Um, and I will have to add it to my my wish list. I mean, it's already in my Criterion wish list, but oh yeah, speaking of your Criterion collection, do you own The Last Emperor on DVD? I do actually. So I actually have it on Blu-ray and I have this DVD set. The reasoning is because on the Blu-ray, it only has the 165-minute version of the film. On this DVD set, you have the theatrical and the television version. The theatrical is the 165 minute version, so you have this. I don't know if it's in a special feature. It might be in one of the special features. I could be mistaken on that, but at least on the DVD set, you have both versions. And it's a 4 disc set, and so that's the reason why I got it because I bought this originally, but that's the reason why I have this because it also comes with like a nice like thick booklet, and so I feel like um, I don't know. I feel like it's worth having both versions. I know there's technically another version of the film too, if I'm not mistaken, where it's like almost like a digibook type of situation. But um, yeah. Let's see. Hello to all. Hello. Let's see, Brett. My favorite film is okay. Yeah, you guys are talking. Of wait, Face of Another is another of his best. Okay, fantastic movie. A must see. Because I own it and it's on my favorite films. Yes, that's an excellent what I own, or that's exactly what I own. Wicked. Um, yes, I'm happy to have both of the DVD and the Blu-ray. Um, of that. There's certain Criterion films that I'll buy both the DVD and the Blu-ray. Um, and if I come across it cheap enough, I will actually, if I come across the DVD and I already have the Blu-ray, but like the DVD is like $1, with different artwork variations or something like that, I'll pick it up. Like Fanny and Alexander, if I'm I have the both the Blu-ray and the DVD, mainly because there's three different versions of this film. There's the television, theatrical, and I guess it's the making of, which is a documentary. But you have television and theatrical, and all three of those and the making of is all spine numbered. And so with this, you only get one spine number. This one you get all the other spine numbers that are not technically included on this. So it's a more of a technicality thing. Um, but I have that's another example, I guess, of the DVD Blu-ray things that I bought. But that's a sick NASA hoodie, Kyle. Thank you. I think my wife found this for me. It has like the colors here and like here has like the NASA logo, and I guess if I can show it off. Yeah, this is one of my favorite hoodies. I absolutely love this thing. Um, but are you planning to watch more of Hitchcock? Yes, actually, I was watching a Hitchcock film. When was that? Was that this week? I didn't include it in my like movies because I didn't complete it. I was watching the film Strangers on a Train, which is a obvious Alfred Hitchcock film, and I got like a little bit more than halfway through it, and then my disc just will not work. It like in the movie, I it got like about halfway through or so, and then it just like got like the screen got frozen, and then it just like wouldn't keep going. And so I tried, taking the disc out. It's perfectly no scratches at all. I tried popping in the alternative version because there's two different versions of the film, and I don't know if it's like a bad pressing or something with the disc, but both versions were doing the same thing. And so I need to try it on a couple other players. I have a Blu-ray player up in the living room, and I should try that. But um, yeah, it just wasn't like working for me. And so whenever I'd even try to skip to that scene, it just like got stuck, and then it took forever because the Blu-ray player it wouldn't open the disc, and it was like a whole thing. So I didn't finish the film, so I don't count it towards my watching. But um, I need to finish that one. But yeah, overall, I've been watching a decent amount of Hitchcock. I watched I Confess the other week, and that I really liked that one. But that is a goal of mine to kind of watch all of his films this year, and so there's a lot that I've seen already, and so I'm just trying to watch the ones I have not seen. But um, let's see. Hello from. See, I have expanded TV shows. Sorry, one sec. I'm really thirsty. That's a problem with this, talking thing. Is just I get like so dehydrated while I'm watching this. But um, have you expanded your TV show collection since you did your showcase? Um, yes and no. I actually am going to be doing a collection update video probably this week. I got my Criterion flash sale package, and so I'm going to be talking about what I got there, and then also I got another small little bit of films that some of those are TV seasons. And I also got a couple weeks ago, I got Twin Peaks on VHS, and so that was one of the coolest things I think that I got in my collection. And so, um, yeah, I'd say like stuff like that. But overall, I've not added like a ton of, um, I don't know, a ton of TV seasons. But um, let's see. I really wish we could get a Blu-ray or 4K release of Hitchcock's Spellbound. Yes, I would agree. I feel like that film would look fantastic. I have the out of print Criterion DVD, which I really wish that they would do a complete Hitchcock box set with Criterion, which I know they technically have done before. Um, but I feel like they should do like a proper like all of his films in one set. And actually, there's one Hitchcock film that like doesn't exist anymore. As far as anyone knows, the every single print. What was it? Um, what movie? There was one Hitchcock film that pretty much is like it's like a second or third film, but and um, the um, like I think all of the prints of the film are completely destroyed, but at least all of his other films are available in some aspect or another. But a lot of them are just on DVD, especially in like multi feature packs or stuff like. Uh, Stuff like this where you'll have like two Hitchcock films in one like DVD. And so I feel like if Criterion, if they like at least somebody, if they like made a complete Hitchcock film collection, I feel like that'd be really, really cool. Um, but let's see. New restoration, high definition digital transfer of the extended um, television version DVD box set only of the Last Emperor. Okay, so I am right. So the television version is only available within the DVD set. That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't really like. I don't think I took the time to like read through the special features because sometimes there is like within the special features there's like an alternative version of the movie. But yeah, that's interesting if it's only available in the DVD set. And I know if you I think like this particular set is out of print. I might be mistaken, but I think that this the 4 disc set is out of print. But you can still buy it on DVD. Uh, but I could be very mistaken in that. Um, but do you own The Vanishing? I'm assuming the Criterion version. Uh, yes, I have the Criterion The Vanishing, which is not a fun movie. I'm just gonna say it's not a very fun movie to watch, um, but it's very good, very very well done, and I don't know, it's very effective. And the ending will just leave you just feeling sad. Um, but I've not seen the American version of The Vanishing because I know there's an American version that's not nearly as good, um, as far as I know. But yeah, if you want a sad ending to a film, watch this. It's pretty bleak. So, but the Dutch version is better. Yes, I would agree. I mean, as I said, I haven't seen the original or the American version, but um, yeah, from everywhere that I've seen, like the Criterion version is much better. Which um, yeah, I I was not anticipating because I didn't know what the movie was about, and so I was just like, oh, I just watch a Criterion, and then I sat down and watched it, and it was just um, it was a sad watch. It was just a really frustrating watch too. You just get really frustrated at the antagonist of the film. Um, but what other Criterion? Let's see. I like a lot of American version via the '90s. I like the American version via the '90s. Okay, um, it's interesting. Um, what? Um, what other directors do you guys think should get a Criterion box set or like the treatment of a Fellini or a Pasolini 101 box set where they get like, you know, just a bunch of their films and special features and everything. What other films do you or like directors do you think would deserve a spot like that? Um, Obviously, David Lynch for me, I think would be a fantastic set, um, especially if they included like all of Twin Peaks. I feel like that would just be like I don't know. That would be a pre-order for me. I think it just I would pay full price for that. I just feel like that would be so cool to have, especially the fact that they have the rights to all of his films. I feel like it just it's almost there. They should just do it. But let's see. For sure, David Lynch. Yes. Um, and that's just because Sutherland is present, a great actor like his father. Yes, I really actually like Kiefer Sutherland. I feel like like I've seen a couple of the movies that he was in, but I've obviously like 24 obviously is he was in, and I love 24. I feel like it was just such a well done show. Um, it's kind of a shame that it kind of got in a way got I guess it got canceled or it ended. I didn't watch any of the latest seasons. I think I've seen up to season 7, but um, yeah, I feel like Keith Sutherland, great actor. Really like his stuff. But does Christopher Nolan have his own box set? Um, the I know he has. There was a 4K box set of Christopher Nolan. Um, I feel like I don't know if it was Region A or not. It might have been Region A, um, but it was like a studio put out a 4K box set. I feel like it wasn't like it didn't get like a Criterion or anything like that. And it's definitely, I mean, obviously it doesn't include like Oppenheimer or any of his later. I guess it had his latest. I don't know if it had Tenant in it or not. Um, but yeah, Christopher Nolan, I feel like would be an interesting director to have like a another box set of all of his work. Um, but let's see. Yes, 24, loved 24. For a director set, Julian, wow, I haven't heard of some of these people, some of these directors. Let's see. For future movies, I would like to see Criterion versions of Cousin David, Clive Barker's Nightbreed, Poor Things. Um, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce some of this stuff, so I apologize if I'm just reading and not saying it out loud. Um, but yeah, actually I'm gonna screenshot that as well because I want to look up some of those films. I'm not familiar with I'm familiar with Clive Barker, but I'm not familiar with the other guy. Um, and I know like Poor Things. I've not seen that one either. Maybe that's a movie that I should go see as well in the theater. I feel like that would be. I've heard good things about it. Um, um, but yes, Nightbreed, wicked film. I'm assuming. Let's see. Is that's directed by? There's only one Nightbreed, right? Yes, yes, Nightbreed. um, I have the DVD, but I know there was a Scream Factory box set, kind of like a some really nice edition of this movie. Um, but yeah, I would love to um, yeah, I would love to. I think that you said there's a. Let's see, somebody said there's uh, um, cable cuts. So let's see, based on his novel. Okay, so there is. It's based off of a novel. Okay, gotcha. So I'm like piecing things together as people are typing. Gotcha. So there's a different cut of this film. I also have extended cable cut. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I will have to check out the extended cut of the film. Um, I was not aware there was a extended cut. I liked this movie. I saw this one time and I really liked it. Um, but yeah, I'll have to check out if there's an extended cut. So that's interesting. Yeah, I would say overall I like Clive Barker's stuff. I mean, obviously Hellraiser is fantastic. You can kind of see my Hellraiser. Maybe if I can point to it, my little box in the corner there. Or I guess I could just do this. But I'm trying to think of other things that I've seen of his. But I mean, overall, I mean, everything that I mean, Hellraiser, Nightbreed, and Book of Blood is another one I've seen. Those are at least ones that are just off the top of my head that I liked all those. Um, but yes, Hellraiser was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, the sequels are a little cheesy, but I feel like Hellraiser 1 and 2, they're fun. Hellraiser 3 is not bad either. And yeah, I'm trying to think of the other I mean Hellraiser 4 where they go to space is a little rough. Um but and I feel like a lot of the things with Miramax was there's films that there was like a because I think Miramax was the or not Miramax. Um Whoever put out Hellraiser, there are things where they had to keep the rights, and so they're basically just like taking scripts. Like there was one like where it's like a crime and like a drama with a like true crime type of thing, and they just kind of slapped Hellraiser onto it, and it just was a movie, and it wasn't very good. I think that was the fifth film, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but do you like Blade 1998? Blade from 1998. Do I have I seen it? Yes. I've seen this movie one time. I feel like that's a lot of the films within my collection that things I've seen like one time, but um, I need to get around to rewatching this. I remember really liking this when I watched it. I feel like I liked maybe I liked Blade 2 more. I don't remember, but I really liked the first one, and as far as I can remember, it's been a while since I've seen this. So I know there was a was it? No, that's The Crow. Sorry, I was thinking there was like a remake, but I think that was The Crow that's getting a remake. Um, but yeah, I liked Blade. I feel like it was fun. Um, but let's see, Blade is a good film. Yes. Um, but loved uh, blood show references in What We Do in the Shadows. Loved the let's see, loved the blood shower reference in What We Do in the Shadows. Um, Yes, yes. It took me a while to think. I have seen What We Do in the Shadows, like the movie. I've seen it one time, and I thought it was okay. I don't know if it was the mood I was in. I just like didn't really find it that funny. I need to rewatch it. Unfortunately, I got rid of my copy because I was just like, I don't need this, and I just got rid of it. But I should just pick it up again. And I know there's a show of What We Do in the Shadows that I need to check out, but um let's see. Kyle, I see you own Friday the 13th tin as well. I have a copy myself. Yes, yes, I have let's see if I can so I have the Friday the 13th tin, and then I also have over I guess I can just grab it. I have the DVD set. And next to the or I guess kind of next to it, I have the one with the hockey mask. And then I have the Scream Factory box set of all of the films. Um, for whatever reason, Friday the 13th is just one of those series that I collect all of everything. Actually, I have a video on my channel where I go over all of the different versions of Friday the 13th and all the different formats. And um, yeah, I was very happy to find that the Friday the 13th tin because I got that when it was still like out of print. I guess it still technically is out of print, but like that was the only way to get the films on Blu-ray. Um, and I was very fortunate to find it at a good price. Um, but I love mine. I still have like the patches in there and the glasses, and everything's still like brand new in it. But I even have like the back like cardboard still with it, as you can kind of see maybe. But yeah, I absolutely love I love that tin. But are there any other foreign countries that you would like to watch more movies from? Hmm. I like Italian films. I feel like that's like one that a lot of Italian films are within the Criterion collection, so I'm exposed to like a lot of that. I'm trying to think if there's any that I would like to watch more of. I feel like I haven't seen like a lot of like stuff from like South America. I've seen a few things here and there, but just overall, like you know, um, a lot of things that come out of like the South America area. Um, but or I feel like I've seen like a lot of Russian, a lot of Italian, some German, um, but yeah, I don't know. I probably would say just I enjoy watching Italian films, so just more Italian, obviously, but um, Swedish. I feel like I need to watch Ingmar Bergman. I need to watch more of his films because I really like his movies, and they're Swedish, but I like um, his stuff. But that's a great question. I watch it all. Yes, I do too. I try to at least. Um, and I really think that's one of my favorite things about the Criterion collection is just like it exposes you to like all sorts of movies from all the way like all around the world, and I think it's fantastic. um and I think that's like a benefit of watching, like of wanting to collect every Criterion film, is just you get exposed to everything the Criterion collection has to offer, and that's movies from I mean you're getting Japanese, you're getting Italian, you're getting Russian, German, you know wherever else. Like I mean Canadian, American, Mexican, like it's all, I mean African, it's like all over, and it's fantastic. And I just feel like it's a and so um yeah, I love that I'm just exposed to so much, and so that's like advantage of getting all of the Criterion films, is being able to watch all of them from around the world, because it's very easy to just get sucked into Criterion and just buy the films that like just get the David Lynch films or just get the Kubrick. I mean, I guess he only has a couple, but that it'll just get the American versions, and so I just feel like it's a I don't know. It's there's an advantage of watching as much as you can from the Criterion collection. That's also if you can't necessarily afford to buy all the Criterion, which I know a lot of people like. It's a lot of money. I mean, they're $20 a piece during a sale, which is very expensive for movies. Criterion Channel is a great alternative because I just feel like it has, so much to offer. Like I personally don't have the Criterion Channel. I want it, but it's just it goes back to the same thing of like I've bought so many that I need to watch that it doesn't make sense to have another streaming service right now. Um, but yeah, I would say if you're into foreign films and you don't want to do the investment of $20 a piece for Criterion, uh, I'd say Criterion Channel would probably be your next best bet. But yeah, let's see. I'm a little far behind on this. What silent films do you have? A lot actually, not like a ton, but I do have a decent amount. I mean, I have like Metropolis, A Trip to the Moon, Last Vampire. I think that's a Lost Vampires. I think that's. Um, I'm trying to think what else. Man with the Movie Camera. Let's see, Birth of a Nation. A lot of like the early stuff. Um, and there's like other films within. I mean, like this is one I always go to, but like Haxon, this is black and white, silent, um, and just other. I mean, a decent amount. Maybe I'll do a video of like a complete silent black and white film collection, and maybe I'll film the whole thing in black and white and make it silent. That might be fun. I might do that. um, Also, our parents' generation as well. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that was a comment of things I was talking about. I apologize. Um, yeah, I apologize. I'm not sure what you're referencing there. I have only about 400 Criterion Collection films so far. Hey, that's still that's a good amount. I have about 600-ish, so like roughly half the collection. But so 400, that's like that's a lot. I feel like um I don't know. It's very, I mean, it's such an addictive thing. I mean, once you really start getting into Criterion or something like, and you just want to get all of them, it's a rabbit hole, but it's so fun. As far as film is concerned, um, I'm sorry. I'm assuming you were talking about something that I was saying, Daria. Um, I apologize. Um, I collected numbers 1 through 319 on DVD about 20 years ago. That's awesome. That's more than I have in consecutive consecutive numbers. So I have numbers 1 through, actually, with what I just purchased from Criterion. Um, what number is that now? The next one I need to get is A Woman is a Woman. It's out of print, but it's by Jean-Luc Godard. Um, and that's the next Criterion technically in line that I'm missing. So whatever spine number that is. But um, do you get bored while watching silent films? I would say not really. It kind of depends on my mood. I feel like sometimes it's like, you know, there's certain times where I'm just like, I just need to watch something, just big dumb action movie. I just turn my brain off and just sit back and enjoy. Other times I'm like, I want to watch something, a little bit more complex, or um, something like that. Um, I just feel like, it really depends on my mood, and I try to watch things that cater to my mood. So if I'm not in the mood to read subtitles, I'm not going to force myself to watch something that has subtitles just because, I don't want to miss out on a good movie just because want to be lazy, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I'd say overall I don't get bored, but yes, I purchased my Friday 13th copy via Best Buy. Go figures. Shame they have discontinued their DVD Blu-ray merch. Yes, I remember seeing my Friday the 13th set on in Walmart, actually, on the shelf in Walmart. And I was like younger, but I thought it was so cool. But yeah, it is a shame that Best Buy is not doing the movie thing anymore, which I'm really hoping, because I've heard rumors that maybe Walmart will pick up where like the slack where Best Buy is dropping it, but um, and I'm hoping that's the case because Walmart is cheaper than Best Buy. So maybe we might get some nice things through that. I don't know. Maybe they'll be cheaper. But it is kind of a shame. Um, but let's see. Vampire, The Phantom Carriage, Passion of Joan of Arc, all Criterions. Yes, yes. I have all of those as well. Passion of Joan of Arc is fantastic. Highly recommend checking that out. And I've not seen Phantom Carriage, which I know Phantom Carriage is the oldest film in the Criterion Collection, actually. Um, but I've just not gotten around to watching it. It's from 1921. Um, so it's I don't know. I need to get around to checking this out, but at least according to Criterion, if you go in the filter and like filters out of like um, if it's the like oldest to newest films, I think Phantom Carriage pops up being the oldest. That might have changed since I think Freaks got announced in the Criterion. I don't know when Freaks came out. I don't remember, um, but I don't think, I think it was prior. to, let me see, 1932. Okay, so I'm way off. Um, yeah, Freaks was 1932 and Phantom Carriage is 1921. Um, but let's see. Um, let's see. It's okay, Kyle. I was referencing to our Criterion collection discussion. Okay, gotcha. Um, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments while I talk, but sometimes I like start rambling about things, and I do apologize. But um, I almost bought the Phantom Carriage today. Should I have pulled the trigger? Um, I mean, personally, I can't comment because I've not seen it. But if anyone in the comments has seen it, I guess let them know. Who is that? Yeah, let them know that you know, if it's good or not. I mean, I'm assuming it's good. I've seen it in different lists of like top 1,000 movies you should see before you die, and so I'm assuming it's good. It's probably worth a watch. Um, yeah, it's let's see, it's from 1921. It's 106 minutes long. Tinted color, silent Swedish intervals with English subtitles. Okay, so it's a Swedish film. Yeah, I should check this out. I feel like I need to watch this. Um, it looks interesting. I remember getting it a while back, but I just haven't had a chance to watch it. But um, let's see. A Woman is a Woman, number two, or is spy number 238. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I have from spy numbers one all the way to 237. Um, and that's from like in like a complete order. Because obviously I have other things that are not like I'll have, you know, spy number 261 and 300 and 478 or stuff like that, so it's like I'm just missing a couple gaps here and there, but I would like to get all of them eventually. So I just feel like every time there's a flash sale I never have like the funds to like really go crazy, and so I always have to wait for the Barnes and Noble sale, to build up some to go get more there. But I have a non-Criterion version of Vampire. So I'm assuming the Eureka. I think Eureka put it out. Um, if I'm not mistaken. But uh, yes, this is. I think it's pronounced Vampire. I'm not really sure. It's in German, so I think it translates to vampire. But yeah, I need to actually. This is another one I need to watch. But I love that this came with like a really like thick booklet. This is more of a book than a booklet, but um, see, I think Birth of a Nation is the oldest from 1915. Gotcha. Um, yeah, Birth of a Nation. I haven't seen Birth of a Nation. I've owned it for years. I've just never gotten around to it. It's kind of like an intimidating film to like sit down and actually watch, um, just because of its length and it's black and white and silent. And a film that I really do want to watch that I have not come across because apparently it's kind of a harder one to find, but is from 1923. Um, but it is what is it? It is a um, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, from 1923, it's Napoleon, and it's like a 3 or 4 hour long movie. Um, And so I really just I want to find it, and it is a hard one to find on eBay. Um, and I think it was put out by BFI, so it's a Region B Blu-ray. Um, and so I feel like that one would be really cool to find. There was like a couple different versions of the film that they put out. So there was a just like a regular like disc, like a regular Blu-ray case version, and then there was a version where it, like folds out. I would love to find the version that like folds out and stuff, but even if you do find it, it is like kind of expensive. So that's an older one that I would like to find someday. Let's see. I have so many movies that became Criterion Collection. It would be a fortune to update them all. Yes, I run into that same thing. Whenever there's a like for example, Train Spotting. I had Train Spotting on DVD, and so whenever they announced it, I kind of have a pile growing in part of my collection of films that are put into the Criterion collection that I have on other formats, and so whether that's DVD or VHS or whatever. Um, and so I'm trying to, every like Barnes and Noble sale, I'm just trying to like chip away at that. So just buy a couple here or there. Um, but we'll see if that actually happens. Because I think like Virgin Suicides is another one that I have on DVD. They have it on 4K within the Criterion collection. Malcolm X, Shaft. I'm trying to think of other ones. Yeah, The Piano. Just other films that I'm like I had on other formats that I just I don't necessarily want to get rid of them yet. It's like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. If I want to watch that movie, um, I want to hold on to it until I get the Criterion, and then I'll get rid of the other one. But yeah, it's very unfortunate that they just keep getting, which is it's like it's a bittersweet thing because it's like I'm grateful that we're getting more and more films in the Criterion collection, but it is also annoying when you buy a film and then it gets put into the Criterion collection because then you want the Criterion version, and um, yeah, it's a struggle. But um, let's see. Um, let's see. Yes, it was very good. I'm assuming you're talking about. I saw that pop up when I was talking about Phantom Carriage. So yes, as great as he was, I have no Charlie Chaplin. Um, I would highly recommend getting some, just a couple. I mean, I have mostly all of them. There's like a couple that I don't have of his films within my collection. But City Lights is fantastic. Modern Times is fantastic. Great Dictator, Gold Rush, all fantastic films. One of my favorite things that I own is I have a an 8 millimeter print of Great Dictator, and so it's like 5 or 6 reels that would play through like a super 8 millimeter film projector. And I also have the Circus on 8 millimeter as well. So it's like two Charlie Chaplin films on film, which is kind of fun. Um, but I feel like they should do like a Charlie Chaplin box set. I feel like that would be like a fun one to see as well. Um, yes, I feel your pain as far as our movie collection hobby. Expensive, shaking my head. Yes, I it gets very expensive very quickly. And um yeah, it's definitely something just to like, because I mean, even like me with as many movies as I have, there is such a long list of movies um that I still want for my collection. Um and I just don't have. I mean, it's a constant. I mean, they're constantly coming out with so much stuff. It just seems like every week there's at least one, like between Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, Shout Factory or Scream Factory, Criterion, Kino Lorber, Arrow. I'm trying to think of anyone else that I'm missing. Um, I mean, Second Sight. It just seems like any of these companies are just constantly coming out with like something else, and it's so frustrating because I just want all of it, but like I can't have it all. But I'm trying to be grateful for what I have and actually watch more of the things that I have. Um, keep getting behind on these. I'm so sorry. But imagine putting or imagine put out the vampire or image put out the vampire image entertainment. Okay, gotcha. Uh, by the Circus, my favorite Chaplin. I have hundreds of films I would need to update. Um, yes, I have. Where is it? I have the Circus on like for Criterion. But this is one of the. I think it's the only Chaplin film in my collection that I have not seen. So I need to give this a watch. Um, but it's only at 72 minutes long. It's really not horribly long. But I need to watch this. Um, I updated Harold and Maude to Criterion today. That was another one that went out of print that it's kind of surprising. I feel like when it went because it was like I think it was the Barnes and Noble sale before it went out of print. I was like, oh, I'll grab that one, and not really thinking of it being going out of print anytime soon. And so I was like, oh, I just want to see this movie. It looks interesting. And then like a couple months after, it just went out of print. And same thing happened with Rosemary's Baby. It's just like I got very lucky with a couple picks that I got that just went out of print. But um, as we see with films like Days of Heaven, it's like might be coming back in print, just depending. I mean, they might be doing a Rosemary's Baby 4K in the Criterion collection someday. Really, all just depends. So, um, unless if it's a film that you really, really want, I'd probably recommend not spending like a ton of money on an out of print movie. Um, I mean, because like even films like I mean, Peeping Tom was out of print for years, and we just got announced a 4K of the film, and so it just seems like nothing. It could be any film that we really just don't know. But yeah, Harold and Maude's fun. Let's see, we'll do yes. Birth of a Nation is quite controversial, but it's historic. But it is historical indeed. A must-have film, as I'm a teacher by profession. Okay, got you. Got that's cool. Yeah, I have the Kino Lober version of this, um, but it's just like I mean, it's 192 minutes long. So it's just been one that I've like, and I get it. Like definitely a controversial film, um, and so I don't know. I need to sit down and watch it because I understand its importance within the film narrative. But yeah, I mean it's probably not for like your like just your casual moviegoer because I just feel like there's so many like I don't know there's so many movies and I feel like it's important to understand how film has developed over the years and so that's how I view film too. It's just um, you know just how it's changed over the years. But let's see. Um, OMG, how cool! And I also saw that comment pop up when I was talking about the film of the Charlie Chaplin 8 millimeter films. I'm trying to keep an eye on when the comments pop up so I remember to mention them. But how many movies do you own? Um, last time I counted was about 10,000. Now that number has changed since. I also so with that, there's a few things like with that, like I count like a TV season as one movie. Um, so there alone was a few hundred because it's like I have several like TV series where it's like this series has 18 seasons or whatever. um I also, which I don't know if I would count, like if I had to go back and recount it, I don't know if I would count this, but like for example, um like something like this, there's like two movies on here, and so I technically count them both as movies, so this would be two. And then let's see. This one probably a lot of people wouldn't count this, but I have a bunch of these like 50 movie packs, and so I count this as like 50 movies. Um, so that number is also not 100. It's not like I have 10,000 items. I also count duplicates. So if I have like all my different versions of Friday the 13th, I count all of those. Um, so I also, since that, I also got rid of a ton of things. Got rid of like almost half my VHS collection. And it's I feel like that number is constantly changing, and so and this was a couple years ago, but yeah, so 10,000 was roughly the number, but it's probably dropped probably closer to 8,000, and that's with me counting stuff like 50 movie packs. But I need to actually go through and maybe do a more accurate thing, but tightrope scene is so good. I'm assuming in the circus. I need to watch it. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. But um, Cello is another example of something that went out of print and then returned. Yes. Um, there's. I just feel like some of the criterions, it's just they go out of print and then they just randomly come back. But I mean, like, here's another example: the by Brockage. I guess this is all of his films, volume one and two. I believe this went out of print, and then they brought it back in with this like just clear case. The out of print version actually has like this, but then it also has like a booklet in there, which I'd like to get the out of print version. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's definitely some films that just will go out of print and then will come back in, but I got about 2,500. Yes, I feel like that's a good number. I think 10,000 was, I mean, if you watched my collecting journey video, you can kind of see like get a feeling for like how many movies and just like how many it was a pain. I moved several times when I had my collection, and it was just like I don't know. It was so much just to keep track of and move. And I mean, I was in like in a small apartment at one point, and so it was just it was overwhelming. But um, I even like sometimes even now I feel like I have too many. I need to like narrow my numbers down a little bit. Um, but I don't know. I feel like it's really all I mean there's a few factors of like, how much can you spend and then do you have the room for it? Slash do you have the time to watch stuff because I feel like if you don't have any time at all, like I feel like it's a hard sell for someone to spend because it's like time is such a precious thing of, you can always get more money, but you can't get more time. And so um I don't know. It's a hard thing, especially if you are very very busy to commit to stuff like this. But I mean, I think it's worth it for me at least. But I have the out of print version. Now I have to rebuild what's I already have to get the second part. Let's see. Let's see. I have the out of print version. Assuming you're talking about this now I have to rebuild what I already have to get the second part. Gotcha. Um, but my collection is mostly from 1915 to 1980, with a few recent films. Okay. Um, Brockage. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so you're talking about the Brockage set. Um, okay, yeah. But yeah, that's cool that you have a 1915 to 1980. That's a interesting. Um, and always follow your bliss. Yes, um, I agree. But as far as the Brockage set is concerned, I have um, this is I mean it's annoying when Criterion does this, where they will split up volume one and two. So I have volume one here, which is spy number 184. Then I have volume two, which is spy number 517. And then this is volume one and two at spy number 518. So all three of these are different spy numbers technically. The original box that had these, that's out of print now, it was similar to this like Vampire set where it had the book and then it had both of these sets, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, both of these are out of print. I could be mistaken in that. Um, and both of these were in there, but they also both had their individual spy numbers. And so you would, on the back, you would see the both of their spy numbers, and then you would turn it around to see the 518 spy number. And so I would like to get the out of print version too, just so I have the complete collection. But I don't know. I'm also very OCD, so I'm like, I like even though I have them all on Blu-ray, I'm like I had to get every single spy number, and so um, I don't know. It's a collection, I guess. But I should probably wrap this up. I've been talking for almost 90 minutes straight, which is a lot. But um, yeah, is there any final comments, questions, concerns, things you want to talk about? Kyle, you mentioned Malcolm X, another great film indeed. Yes, it's one that I still need to watch. I have not seen Malcolm X. I've been putting it off to because I just have the DVD, and so I've been putting it off until I can get to the Criterion 4K because I really want to watch it in like the nicest format that I can. Um, so maybe this Barnes and Noble sale, maybe I'll have to grab it on a 4K. But um, yeah, um, with that, if there's nothing else that people want to talk about, I'll wrap it up here, I guess. Um, let's see, my fam knew his fam via grand. Okay, gotcha. That's awesome. Um, Pineda. Huh, interesting. Um, do you watch TV movies? Yeah, I'd say I watch like if it's a I'm trying to think of um if it's something that I think looks interesting, I'll definitely check it out. Not my favorite type of movies, but yeah. Let's see. By the way, check out your gene criterions. Who? Let's see. I'm gonna screenshot that so I don't forget that. Okay. So I just keep screenshotting comments. I just know if I don't, I'm gonna forget completely about it. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone who like stayed and this long. We're already at like 90 minutes, which is wild. This might be one of the longer ones. Let's see. Always good vibes. Good night, Kyle and online fam. Till next time via NYC. Godspeeds. Yes. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And thank you to everybody. If you are rewatching this on the re-upload, let me know in the comments anything that we talked about. I'd love to answer questions, hear your opinions, and stuff like that. I love like when people like continue to interact on these like live streams even after they're like re-uploaded. Um, but yeah, thank you guys again so much. Like I said at the very beginning of the video, live streams on Sundays, usually at 7 o'clock. Um, and then on Tuesdays slash Wednesdays, a new video will be uploaded. So, um, yeah, I love interacting with you guys. This is my favorite part of having this channel is doing these live streams and just talking with you guys. It's so much fun. I absolutely love it. But um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. Thank you again to the viewer who sent me the Criterion gift card. I really do appreciate it. Um, and yeah, I guess keep an eye out for a video on probably Tuesday, where I'm going to talk about my Criterion picks from the flash sale. Um, yeah, and I just hope that everybody out there is having a will have a great week. I hope that everybody has is able to watch some fantastic films. Um, and yeah, I guess I will end it there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go, probably watch some movies. So bye guys, take care.